the most important thing about this entire video that you need to keep in mind of, like, make no mistake with this thing. So, and where it says application procedure, right, it says note, in order to apply for an MA in neuropsychology at UCT, all candidates must complete both. There's like two applications, almost two separate applications with this thing. So both. So keep in mind, like, don't just send the one application. Don't send the UCT application and then you forget the department application, and don't send the department application and then forget the UCT application. But I'll continue to read what it says. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the most requested video, and I thought since we're in October, I need to quickly do this video. Happy October, happy birthday to all the October babies. This is the application process for the neuropsych program, the master's program. This is my personal experience, what I experienced, what I understood of what the website says. So I'm literally just going to go through what the website says and then share my personal experience from the application process. You need to read this yourself, of course. And right at the end on the website, it says for additional queries, please contact, and then her email address is there. So if you have any other questions and queries, please direct them to the email address that is on the website. I'm just going through the whole thing based from my personal experience, right? Sure. One thing I will note that is extremely important, number one, about this video, I'll do a summary at the end, because of course the video is going to be long, taking you through my personal experience, so the video will be long. But if you just want a summary of what is needed, it will just be at the end. And then number two, the most important thing about this entire video that you need to keep in mind of, like, make no mistake with this thing. So, and where it says application procedure, right, it says note, in order to apply for an MA in neuropsychology at UCT, all candidates must complete both. There's like two applications, almost two separate applications with this thing. So both. So keep in mind, like, don't just send the one application. Don't send the UCT application and then you forget the department application, and don't send the department application and then forget the UCT application. But I'll continue to read what it says. It says all candidates must complete both UCT's application form, which is step 1 below, and complete the internal departmental application form, which is step 2. Failure to complete one or both of these will mean that your application is incomplete and will not be considered. So if you remember nothing else from this video, remember that it's a two-part application form. Don't forget that. Don't forget one. Don't do one and forget the other. Do both. Ne? Sharp. Okay. Now let's get into the video. Number one, it says that all applicants must possess an honors degree in psychology. Of course, I think that is a given. You can't do your master's without your honors. For anyone that needs information about the different steps in between, I think everybody understands though. But if you don't understand how many, like, where you start and where the journey starts and ends when you're trying to be a psychologist, please let me know. But it's matric, undergrad, honors, masters, and I think that's clear. If it's not clear, please let me know and I'll clarify. Okay, sharp. Your psych degree, your honors degree, does not have to be from UCT. You can have a psychology degree from anywhere. Mine was from UCT, but my undergrad was from UNISA, so you can shift around. There's people in my class that weren't from UCT, so you can definitely, you're still in the running if your honors degree is not from UCT. I chose to do my honors at UCT because I felt like it was going to give me a better opportunity of getting in. Was I right or wrong? I don't know. I can't say for certain. But for me, I felt like I was safer if I was doing my honors at UCT and I was getting taught and trained by the people in the department at UCT. I felt like that would make my chances of getting in a lot better. Sharp. Number 2, it says overall average of at least 72 for your entire average for your honors has to be plus 70. And so far I haven't heard a story of them being lenient about that. Maybe they have. Also, students are very cagey with their marks. It's like employees, how cagey they are with their payslips and how much they're earning. So far what I know is that they're strict on this minimum 70% average. I had my minimum 70% average, and we're here now. And then number 3, wait, before I move on from number 2, is there anything I want to share about the average? Because number 3 is a very important one. Number 2, I don't think there's anything to unpack in number 2. Just make sure your average is more than 70%. There's 2 parts to this thing that's extremely important after the other things that I mentioned, point number 3 and the interview. But okay, for now, keep your average over 70%. And then number 3, it says a minimum of 70% for neuropsychology, or in brackets, then it says or equivalent at honors level. This is an extremely important one. It has 2 asterisks actually. Let me read what those asterisks says. It says, please note that the psychology honors program at UCT is a single course that includes all content modules and a research component. Okay, it is not possible to register for the honors neuropsychology module alone. Selection into the UCT honors project is also highly competitive. What does that mean? So to get into masters for neuropsychology, you need to have done neuropsychology in your honors year or an equivalent of neuropsychology. And as it stands, a lot of universities don't have neuropsychology as a module at honors level or even at undergrad level, which is problematic. UCT, of course, has it as a module at honors level, and this point here was put here to say this neuropsychology honors module it's built into the honors program at UCT, meaning you can't take the module alone. You can't be doing your honors in, I don't know, what other honors programs are there, maybe in social work, and then just take neuropsych as an additional module. You can't do that. It's part of the honors project in psychology, right? I know Wits has a cognitive neuroscience honors program, and in that program they have neuropsychology or an equivalent. So if you don't get into your honors at UCT, that I think Wits is an option. Then for those that are doing their honors at UNISA also has in 3rd year, I think also in honors, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think also in honors they have a module called cognitive neuroscience or cognitive something, but it's a neuropsychology equivalent. I did that in my 3rd year at UNISA. So if you're doing your honors at UNISA and you're trying to follow the path of neuropsychology when you get to masters, ensure that as part of your electives in your 3rd year and in your honors year, you take that cognitive neuroscience module. Wherever you are, actually, whatever university you're at, if there's a neuropsychology module, cognitive neuroscience module, something that is that is like a neuropsychology equivalent, and maybe ask your university, ask your department, is this a neuropsychology equivalent? Because I'm trying to get into the master's program at UCT, the neuropsychology master's program at UCT, and the application process says I need to have a neuropsychology equivalent. Is this a neuropsychology equivalent? Before you find yourself doing an honors degree that you can't use to get into this program, before you register, before you just make sure that you're getting yourself into the right honors project, because your honors project actually can leave you hanging. Because if you have an honors project that doesn't have a neuropsychology equivalent and this is a prerequisite, then you've throwing yourself out. Basically, you're out of the game unintentionally, but you're out of the game. So that I can't emphasize, if you're doing your honors, if you're doing your third year, I can't emphasize enough the importance of you having a neuropsychology equivalent module in your third year and in your honors year. It is extremely important. It is, I don't know, it's, yeah, that's that. Okay, sure. Then they say here, if you don't have your final mark for your full honors project or for your neuropsychology or equivalent course, you must include a letter from your course convener confirming the partial marks that you currently have. So if you're doing, because I know the application process, the application closes on the 31st of October. But it also opens in April, closes in October. So if you're applying in that time and you don't have your marks yet, then you need to go through, you need this letter that they're stating here. Sharp. Another important part of the program, please note that the research dissertation comprises a substantial portion. Yes, this is, appropriate training in psychological research is necessary. That's part of the master's program. Please note, the master's program is 50% coursework and 50% research. When I say 50% research, I mean a lot of research. A lot of research. A master's program, a lot of research. So just prepare yourself. If we were in a different country and other universities were offering neuropsych, I'd say to you, if you don't like research, find a different program. But you can't. You're in South Africa. This is your only option. So just prepare yourself to be cleaned by e-research, because it's 50-50. Drizzle, 50-50. Unayon. That's what we're doing here. Okay, and then now we're going into the application procedure. I've already read the first part. I'll reiterate because it's important. Remember, it's a two-part, two application form process. So you need both. You need the UCT application, and then you need the internal departmental application form. Extremely important. Don't forget that. Okay, sharp. First point here under application procedure tells you that the application process opens on the 2nd of April and closes on the 31st of October. We are in October. Hurry up. Submit those applications. Even if it means you have to submit exactly on the 31st, but make sure that you submit it before it's Oala, because just make sure you submit it before the 31. I actually submitted mine on the 31st at midday. So just make sure that you get it in. If it's the 29th of October and you feel like, I'm late, I might not get in, as long as it's in by close of business on the 31st of October, it will be considered, or whatever. Like, I don't know, I'm not saying you're going to get in, but I'm saying you're on time. You're still on time. Whereas if you're going to submit it on the 1st of November, you have shot yourself in the foot. Okay. Number 2 says complete the departmental application form. There is a link there in that whole paragraph that's written there. And there is a link that's there for you to download this form. Then it says in this application, you will need to submit a motivational letter, academic transcript, degree certification, and a progress report if you're still currently doing your honors, and then a proof of payment, and then it will say, please see below. And then it will say names and contact details of 2 referees, and then it says also, please see below. Firstly, let's talk about the motivational letter. Sana, you need to write a glowing motivational letter about yourself. Why neuropsychology? I can't say for certain what they want in that application form. I can't. I can only share my personal story of what I put in my application form. I put in my application form why I wanted to do neuropsychology, why it resonates with me on a personal level, why it resonates with me from a academic level, And yeah, but write a glowing recommendational letter, but keep those marks up, because if you don't have that 70%, you can write one of the most glowing motivational letter ever. If your marks are not in order, you just wasted your time writing this poem that you just submitted. So keep your marks up. Then number 3 says, in addition, 2 referee reports must be submitted. One must be an academic referee, preferably your honors supervisor. This is also very important. Everything is important, I guess. Provide your 2 chosen referees with your student number. Okay, the referees. Okay, there's a link there. Please send the following link to your 2 chosen referees. And referee reports are due when external application closes. When internal application close on the 31st of October. Okay, your referee reports are due when your application is due, which is the last day of this month. Let's talk about these referee reports. It's someone vouching for you that on an academic level, the neuropsych department can trust you. Uyatembeg. You are reliable, you follow through, you have the practical research skills, you have the research skills that is needed. So this is why they are saying they would prefer that one of your referees be your supervisor, because your supervisor can vouch for you that no, this person finished their honors project, their honors research project well. They did this and that, they committed, they have the skills. Like you need someone to vouch for you from a research point of view, and you need someone to vouch for you from an academic point of view. And of course, yeah, if you have some level of, I was going to say, if you have some level of practical skills, if you volunteered or whatnot, maybe that person can be your your referee. But I'm not sure if that will also work in your favor. The thing is, it's so finicky because there's like, so it's not. But one thing I can tell you, your referee report can be your grandmother, can be your aunt, can be your mom. Like, you can't have someone personal writing a glowing report about you that you're a good person, when you're smart, and we need it to be an academic referee. We need it to be a professional. Well, that's what I experienced. Like I said, everything is from my experience. So I had quite a few supervisors in my honors project. Luckily, I had 3. So I got 2 of them to vouch for me. One of them could vouch for me also from a academic point of view, but also I had like interacted with her quite a few times, so she could also like give an account of my personality, my temperament, my what's the word, my work ethic, so you need someone to vouch for you from a, can we trust this person from an academic point of view? Can we trust this person from a research point of view? Can't be your grandmother, can't be your sister, can't be, your online mentor that you met on LinkedIn in JStugutugu. I don't know, actually. I don't know if that would work. But your academic referee is extremely important. Maintain a healthy relationship with your supervisor. If you're doing your honors, maintain a healthy relationship with your supervisor so that you can be able to ask them for a referee report. Because what you don't want is you and your supervisor just not liking each other, like to that point where they won't vouch for you from a research point of view. Because I don't know, whose recommendation are you going to ask for now? If your supervisor, if the only person that has seen you operate in a academic research setting won't vouch for you, I don't know who you're going to take to vouch for you. But yeah, so just make sure that you have 2 people academically that can vouch for you. If you only have 1 supervisor, please try volunteering in the department that you're in, or try like I had gone to last year when I was doing my honors, I had gone to job shadow a neuropsychologist. And I think if push came to shove, I would have asked him to write a recommendation for me, because it's a professional setting. But if you can have just two shining recommendations from an academic point of view, please do that. But you'll read here what it says. Yeah, sharp. And then point number 4 says proof of payment is 150 for South African applicants and 175 for international applicants. Then it's the banking details. Then it is a selection procedure. In bold, highly competitive here in bold. Selection into this program is highly competitive, as we get many applicants that we can as we get many more applicants than we can accommodate. Then it says there are only 6 available places each year. 6, they only take 6. Like every year, they only take 6. Nothing more, nothing less. Maybe they could do less, but nothing more. The department can't handle it. Like they can't. Like now being here, I understand why they can't afford to take more than 6. They can't. The amount of attention that needs to be given to each of us, they can't do more. Actually, I think we would benefit, even the department would benefit more if it was less, but they can't do less either, because there isn't a lot of neuropsychologists in the country, but they can't do more. So you can already understand that 6 places. Then it says making the selection, we take into consideration academic record, especially at honors level, but also overall the appropriate academic background in neuropsychology and something areas. I don't want to even try to pronounce that word. And then personal suitability for clinical work and a letter of motivation. Okay. And then here's another important part, which is, there's 2 parts here that I want to address actually. One that says personal suitability for clinical work. And then this one here says applicants will be shortlisted and will be required to attend an in-person interview if chosen. If you're not contacted for an interview, it means your application was unsuccessful. Interviews typically take place in December, which I can vouch for. December, end of November, but like towards the end of November, 29 date, so it's basically December. And interview dates will be relayed as soon as they become available. This interview is important. This interview is going to be short. Like if you're getting an interview, don't think something is wrong with you when the interview is short, but you'll be told how long. When you walk in, they will tell you that. Don't be confused. Don't think there's something wrong with you when the interview process is short. It's like that for all of us, because they interview everybody in one day. All of us that they interview in one day. So of course the interviews are going to be short. They're going to be very quick. I personally think that interview is about checking this personal suitability for clinical work. I really, really believe in my heart of hearts that they are trying to gauge, and because they've done this for so long, they can tell whether you will be able to fit into like your clinical skills, whether you have a little bit of them that can be trained, like, you know, they can tell. But that's what the interview is. That's what I can tell you about the interview. It's short and it's a personality check. It's a suitability check. It's a, I don't know, they're checking for your clinical bone. I don't know if that's the right word. But it's not so heavy on like the technical stuff in neuropsychology. It's a proper, you know, what is neuropsychology to you? How do you resonate with it? It's almost like your motivational letter in person, actually, if I could say that. But like, what do you think about neuropsychology? How do you feel about it? You know, like, yeah, type of thing. It's not a I don't know, actually, people are different. I'd say the interview is not hectic, but some people said the interview was hectic for them. And I'm talking about people that did get into the program. They said the interview was hectic for them. Maybe it's because there's 2 people on YouTube. There's 2 interviews on YouTube. of people that have gone through this program before, and I had watched those videos prior to my interview, and I remember getting the sense that this interview isn't about how much work did you memorize in your honors year or in your undergrad. It's who are you. Like it's about you. It's about Morongwa ke mang. Who is Morongwa? Can we trust Morongwa? You know, can you engage and on that personal level? Umang, let's get to know you. Who are you? Can we trust you with our patients? Can we trust you with our program? And yeah, that's what I got from that interview. And yeah, everything else, there's frequently asked questions at the bottom of the page, and then the good news that now we can register with the HPCSA. Neuropsychologists can finally register with the HPCSA. This came to play in 2019. So after you finish your master's program, you have to do an internship, and then you have to go write a board exam with the HPCSA. So that isn't part of the master's application, so I'll leave that alone. But we finally can register now. And yeah, okay. So quick summary, because I did promise a quick summary. I almost forgot. Almost said thank you so much for watching, Nadida, and then not done a quick summary. A quick summary under the program requirements: it needs an honors degree. It needs 70% for your honors degree, and you need 70% for a neuropsychology module or an equivalent course in your honors year. So in your honors year, doesn't matter if you got the 70% in an equivalent in your third year. No, they need that plus 70% for neuropsychology, a neuropsychology module, neuropsychology course in your honors year. So you need an honors degree. You need 70% and above for that honors degree, and you need a neuropsychology course or a neuropsychology equivalent in your honors degree, but it also needs to be plus 70%. And then if your results are not ready yet, when you complete your application, you can get a letter from your course convener, and then summary for the application process. The application closes on the 31st of October, which is extremely important. You need to complete 2 applications, and a UCT application and a internal application, which is the department application. And the application, for the applications, you're going to need your motivational letter, your academic transcript, your referee report, and proof of payment, which is 150 for South African applicants and 175 for international applicants. You're going to need 2 referee reports, and one of them being an academic referee report. Extremely important, extremely important. Someone that can vouch for you, especially as it pertains to research. And that's why they said they prefer that this academic report is from your academic referee report is from your supervisor. And then you need your proof of payment, of course. And remember, selection process, there will be an interview. Ooh, sorry, I think I started speaking too fast. Sorry, I think I started speaking too fast and then I started choking. Okay, selection process, highly competitive. There are only 6 spots every year. Shortlisted candidates will get an interview, and the interview will be in December. And just know now that graduates from the master's program now can register with the HPCSA. And if you need any more information, please contact Mia. Her email address is on the website. And this course, extremely important. This course that you're applying for is full-time. It's a full-time program. It's not part-time. There's no option for part-time. It's 6 people doing a full-time program for 2-3 years straight. And yeah, that's it on my side. Highly requested video. Thank you so much for watching. All the best for everybody applying. If you have anything else that you feel like I need to speak about my own personal, maybe I don't know. I don't think a story time is important, but we could do a story time about the application the day I was applying, because I literally did everything in one day because I was in honors and I was trying to focus. I was focusing so hard on trying to get this 70%, and life was just happening that I literally started my application the morning of the 31st. And don't do that. Don't do that. If I didn't have a heart attack that day, a heart anfall. I need to fetch my Afrikaans, guys. Because some of our patients need to be assessed in Afrikaans, and some of our patients need to be assessed in isiXhosa. So isiXhosa samsana diaslanda pandisland dishiya khona my Afrikaans egal my Afrikaans vaik my Afrikaans gelos ek nodig my Afrikaans diding isiXhosa sam because dixakekile ke ngoku. It's a mess. But I did my application on the 31st of October and started it very early in the AMs and had to submit it on the day. Don't do what I did. Don't. But that's the only part of the story time actually that's interesting. Everything else, we submitted, we got it in. I had to call a few people, call people around, trying to gather my staff. Please do this for me, please. It was a mess, guys. Don't do it. Just start your application stuff early. The thing that I did though that was good was that I asked for my referee reports at the beginning, like at the beginning of the month. I think around end of September, I had already asked for them. So by mid-October, I had already gotten that. So the thing that I just needed to do was fill in my application form, write my motivational letter, and turn these things into a PDF and submit. So if you need anything that's sitting on other people's hands, prioritize that. So like if you don't have your marks for your honors, and maybe you need like a progress report or something, make sure that you have started speaking to someone that needs to give you that progress report, because that's what, the things that weren't sitting with me, I made sure I had emailed the people prior to the time. So get that out of the way. So the things that needed to be sorted out on the 31st were things that just needed me, and I was there, so I filled that in and then I submitted. All the best of luck, guys, for everybody applying. If you have anything else to ask about this program, neuropsychology or fitness or eating disorders, because this channel is about eating disorders, fitness and neuropsychology. If you have anything to ask about those three things, holler at your girl. More than that, all the best. Bye, guys.